Okay, I haven't done a comic book video in a long time, but this is very, how should we say, the timing of this is pretty bad. Where Mike Richardson's got fired from Dark Horse Comics after founding it 40 years ago. He sold it in 2022 to Embracer Group, who's a Swedish group. And it's the timing of this is, in my opinion, very strange, because one of the rumors of the Paramount buyout of Warner Brothers Discovery is that they're looking at farming out the comics for DC. And Dark Horse is one of the candidates. I heard that the three that are in the running, actually four, is Dark Horse, Todd McFarlane, Robert Kirkman, and Marvel. And Marvel won't admit it, but you know that they would snatch up the license to do DC if they could get it and make it make sense. But I wonder if Richardson had something to do with this, or he didn't want to do the DC deal, or something was going on. It's just the timing of this is very suspect, where he gets fired, and that's, coming up, like that's going to be the next big story is in comics, is if DC Comics gets shut down and all of their characters get licensed out. And Rob Liefeld was talking about this on his podcast, and he would know internal stuff because he's friends with Jim Lee, and Jim Lee's the publisher of DC. So he's probably talking to him on the phone and telling him stuff. And then here's Rob Liefeld. His mouth is like a broken toilet. It's running. And he's telling everybody that, hey, DC's going to start licensing out their properties and shutting down the company. They don't want to pay people to work there and put up with the hassles. They would rather get a check. So I wonder if this has anything to do with Mike Richardson getting fired. And they got a guy that he did the Middle Earth, which is basically The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings stuff. He's taken his place as an interim CEO. So they had this planned out to get rid of Mike Richardson, who's 75 years old. So I don't know, and what do you own if you sell the company? If you sell the company, it's just like if you sell your house. You can't go back there and tell the new owners how to paint the place. You can't dictate orders or anything. They're going to tell you to go scratch, and that's what I think happened here. But I wonder what's the internal reason. Of course, this is a nice and shiny article here on Bleeding Cool about why, he just, basically just got fired. And they gave you a little bit of a history of him. He started it out of his small comic book chain, Things from Another World, in Portland, Oregon. So in his mid-30s, and Dark Horse really hasn't been an entity for 10 years in comics. They've been, it's all licensing, and it's high-price miniseries and high-price art books. So everything with them has been licensed out, and the stuff that they do own, they really never do anything with it. Like their, like Ghost and Barbed Wire, and they own Time Cop and The Mask, Hellboy, which is with Mike Mignola. So they own Dr. Giggles. They produced the movie. So, and they haven't done movies in a long time. It was like, for a while, it was direct-to-video stuff, like really bad direct-to-video stuff. So where is this going? But does this have anything to do with DC possibly licensing out and closing down? We will see if maybe this new guy they brought in, he's better at negotiating a deal. I mean, who knows? We will find out. Everybody have a good day.